Oh, hello and welcome to the weekend update. You're looking at the relative performance of the four major averages: NASDAQ, S&P 500, Russell 2000, and Dow. Normally, I talk about NASDAQ and S&P 500 or QQQ or SPY. But today I want to talk about the other two averages, Dow and Russell 2000, because I'm seeing something in these two averages, and I think it's worth talking about them. So let's get to it. So I want to look at the monthly chart of Dow. So this is Dow Jones Industrial. This is the monthly chart of Dow. So we've got 1 day left until the July month end ends. But already I'm seeing something which to me looks quite encouraging. You can see that on a monthly basis, Dow was trapped in this zone, but this month Dow is breaking through this zone. So effectively, on a monthly basis, Dow is establishing a monthly higher high. So from this point to this point, and you can see that on a monthly basis, Dow has been making a series of higher lows. Since forming this low, this is a higher low, and this is a higher low. So this looks very bullish to me. So the structure right now, you can see it's like a double bottom with a higher low kind of a pattern. So this is a bullish looking pattern. I mean, unless we have a major sell-off on Monday, most likely Dow is going to establish a monthly higher high. So that is definitely positive and something to keep an eye on. Also, if I look at the momentum indicators for Dow, just to see whether the price action is supported by momentum, you can see that RSI has been holding the 50 level and it's beginning to move away from the 50 level. So that's positive. You can see MACD has started to cross right here. So it's something similar to, let's say, this point. So if MACD starts to rise something like this, then we can see quite a bit of monthly green candles going forward. So looking at the price action and momentum indicators look positive to me on a monthly basis. So this doesn't mean that Dow is going to go up on Monday or Tuesday. It basically means that probability is good that in coming weeks and months, we should expect higher prices in Dow. Now, having said that, I want to highlight some of the Dow stocks which are worth keeping an eye on. So the first one is Boeing. You can see that Boeing consolidated for several months, and then this month, in the month of July, it's breaking out to the upside. You can also see that RSI is also moving higher on a monthly basis. Monthly MACD is crossing above the zero line. This is the first time that's going to happen. It hasn't done so. You can see that Boeing, ever since MACD fell below the zero line in 2020, this would be the first time it's getting back above the zero line. So that is a bullish sign on a monthly basis. And also, if you look at the structure, the monthly structure, so it's got this double bottom pattern. So it's worth keeping an eye on. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean that you go out and buy Boeing on Monday. It's something that I would expect to go up over, going forward, not necessarily next week, but the structure looks positive. So I think we could see higher prices going forward. So this is one stock I'm going to keep an eye on. Another one I'm keeping an eye on is Home Depot. So you can see that Home Depot has been trading in this zone for a very long time. And then it's coming up to this area. So this has been a challenge area. So if it's able to get through this level, then I think it's quite positive. I like the fact that the momentum indicators are positive. RSI has been moving higher. MACD is crossing above the zero line. So this one looks positive to me. Next is 3M. So this is also worth keeping an eye on because it's been on a downtrend. But then it's been forming a base, so it's got this pattern on a weekly basis, and it's taken out this level right here. You can see RSI has reclaimed the 50 level. See, RSI fell below the 50 level right here. It pretty much remained under that level, all this time. So if it's able to hold the 50 level, I think 3M can gradually move higher. Another one I would point out would be Dow Chemical. So this is also looking, constructive to me because it's, it's taken out, it's been trading in this zone. So it managed to close above this zone. It's reclaimed, RSI has reclaimed the 50 level. So I'm watching this one also. So these are some of the stocks that, I'm watching who are part of Dow. So next average that I want to talk about is Russell 2000 or IWM. If you look at the monthly chart, so we haven't closed the monthly. So if I just show you the line chart, you'll see that this was the previous closing high. So this was 1931. So right now it's above that level. So right now it's above this level. So if I just go to the so right now where if I draw a horizontal line, so you'll see that. So if I draw a horizontal line, you'll see that we are above that level. So this is looking positive to me. Also, if I just get rid of the line chart and I bring in the moving averages. So if I bring the candle and I bring in the moving averages on a monthly basis, you can see that this month it's moved above the monthly 20 EMA, which is the green line. You can see it made an attempt to take out the monthly 20 previously, but it wasn't successful. But unless something happens on Monday, looks like it's going to be able to close above the monthly 20. So the price action looks quite bullish to me. RSI managed to reclaim the 50 level, monthly 50 I'm talking about, which is very positive. You can see that RSI fell below the monthly 50 level at this level, and it's pretty much remained below 50 level for a long time. So this month it has managed to reclaim the 50 level, which is positive. And look at MACD, it's beginning to cross right here. So if it does, it's something similar to here. If MACD starts to do that, then I think it has more to run because the previous all-time high is around here. So there's still quite a bit of daylight between the current level and its all-time high. While S&P 500 and Nasdaq are close to their S&P all-time high, Russell 2000 is still well off. So I think there is some room for it to run. So I'm watching the small cap area. So this is another average I think that has upside potential. Besides these two, I also wanted to highlight some of the stocks which I'm watching right now. I think they provide a good opportunity. So the Chinese stocks, they look attractive to me. So let's look at BABA. So let's look at on a weekly basis. So let's just get rid of the moving averages. So you can see the price action. So it's beginning to move higher on a weekly basis. You can see RSI has reclaimed the 50 level. So this one looks quite interesting to me because it's been forming a nice base right here. So you can clearly see that, and it's now moving up towards the top of this channel. So I think BABA has more to the upside. Next one I wanted to point out is PDD. So this is also looking positive to me. You can see that on a weekly basis it has formed a higher high. RSI has reclaimed the 50 level. So this is looking interesting to me. NEO also looks positive. It had a very strong week this week. It's closed above some of the this resistance area. Look at RSI, it's been moving higher. So I'm watching NEO to see if there's further upside, but the technicals look positive to me. On the technology side, I think the semiconductor sector, the whole group, still looks like there may be more to the upside. This is the semiconductor ETF SMH. So you can clearly see that it's been, gradually moving higher, putting in series of higher highs. So this structure looks positive. I'm just watching this level right here, which is around 160. 160.7. You can see that there were two weekly rejections, and it closed right at that level on Friday. This looks positive to me. Many of the semiconductor names, they've got very strong looking chart. Like if you look at KLAC, you can see that after weeks of consolidation, broke out. If you look at applied materials, similar looking chart, after weeks of consolidation, it broke to the upside. So I like the semiconductor sector as a whole. Other stocks watching, Roku, this looks interesting to me because you can see that it's been reported great earnings. It's been gradually moving higher. So I'm watching Roku. Had a great week. It was up almost 22%. So I wouldn't necessarily buy it on Monday. If there's any kind of pullback, maybe it's worth considering. But the chart looks positive to me. Palantir is another one that I am watching. This is also has a very good looking weekly patterns. So I think there is more room to the upside on this one. Intuit, this one is worth keeping an eye on. This is also gradually moving higher. So this one has a strong looking price action also. So I'm watching this one. Another one I'm watching is Paycom Software. So this is also looking quite positive to me, gradually moving higher, taking out this previous rejection level. So these are some of the stocks I'm keeping an eye on. If I look at the crude oil, I just wanted to mention something very quickly on oil. As you can see that the oil has been gradually moving higher. It closed above $80 on Friday. But I'm watching this level right here, which is around 83, because you can see that it's been going sideways for many weeks. This is an important level. If it takes out 83, then that would be positive. So I'm just watching to see whether or not it can get through this area, because you can see that there are lots of interaction at this level. So I just want to see whether or not it can get through this level. Let's quickly have a look at QQQ. Just wanted to mention something on QQQ. Now, if you look at QQQ on a daily basis, overall structure looks positive. You can see that it's been moving higher. The daily 20 EMA and the 50 EMA, they're both rising. So there's nothing, on the chart that tells me that we're going to have a massive move to the downside. So obviously this would be an area to watch. So what are some of the levels we should be looking at on a smaller time frame? So this is a hourly chart. So if you look at the hourly chart, so first level on the downside would be this right here. So this is around 380. So you can see that this area was a resistance. Now it's possible that if there is any pullback, this area could act as a support. The other level I'm watching on the downside is this area, which is around 375. You can see, it's been forming a base at this level, lots of interaction at this level. So these would be the two levels on the downside, 380 and then 375. On the upside, the first level would be right here. You can see that there was some interaction at this level. This is around 385. And above there, obviously the previous swing high, which is around 388. So those would be the levels I would be watching on QQQ. On SPY, the levels I'm watching would be, so one would be around here, which is around 454. And then this level right here, which is around 451.50, you can see there was a support right here. On Thursday, when we had the big sell-off, it came close to this level. So those two levels I'm watching on the downside, and on the upside, obviously this level right here, which is around 460. So if there is any rally, so that would be the level I'll be keeping an eye on to see if it can get through there. So that's SPY. If I look at individual big name stocks like Tesla, so on Tesla, the levels to watch, in my view, is this level, which is 273, and then this level right here, which is around 255. If you look at if you look at a 4-hour chart, you can see if Tesla is able to get through this level right here, 273, the structure then starts to look like this, which is a bullish looking pattern. Then I would expect this gap to be close. The upper end of the gap is around 290. On the other hand, if this level is breached, then the structure looks something like this. So let me just redraw this one. Clearly you can see. So you can see this would be a negative looking pattern. So if it breaks this level, I would target this level right here. So we need to wait and see which way, but I would favor at least the retest of this level. And then we need to see whether or not Tesla can create this kind of a pattern. So this is the level, this is the levels I'm watching. On Microsoft, the levels to watch would be, first of all, on the upside, this level right here, which is around 343. And then this level right here, which is around 352, because you can see rejection right here, rejection right here, rejection right here. So those would be the two levels I'd be watching on the upside, and I would watch this level on the downside, which is around 327. So that's Microsoft. Netflix, the levels I'm watching would be, the first level I'm watching is this level right here, which is around 430. You can see there was a rejection right here, and the next level would be this level, which is around 450, because you can see that there was a rejection here, there was a rejection here. So those would be the two levels I'm watching on the upside, and on the downside, obviously this level right here, and there was a retest of this level, which is around 411, 412 levels. So those would be the levels I'm watching. All right, I'll leave it at that. I thank you very much for watching the video. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done so, or you can also follow me on Twitter, because I do provide update regularly during market hours. Thank you very much.